walking into the USO now, just as this young Marine will do so. And come on into the USO. And of course, this is our reception area where we have Miss Selena Young. And we're going to need you to sign in. Have you signed in already? No. Okay. Are you returning from R&R or beginning your R&R?
Returning.
You're returning.
Yes.
And you do not have a boarding pass. No. Okay. If you'd please sign in, and we'll take you down to get your boarding pass. We'll have one of our volunteers escort you down there. This is also our candy bar. You know how people always say the bar? Well, this is our candy bar. We fill this up with all kinds of candy for the troops, and they seem to like it. Of course, our American flags, too. And any answers that any of the troops need, if they need a hotel room, or if they're looking for directions, Miss Selena Young, who was also answering the phone, is, with the person will make sure that they're taken care of.
What about all these coins up here? When we were at Dallas DFW USO, there was a lot of coins like this, too.
Can you imagine? These are coins of appreciation or thank you. And people come, and when they say, oh, you don't have my coin, they want to make sure that theirs is here. But as you can see, they're all the way around the room, and we have coins right there that we just don't have space for right now. We're having some coins made, more coin cases. Do we know where the rest of our volunteers are?
They're down there. You want me to go get them?
Because we need some of the
Okay.
kitchen.
This gentleman wants to volunteer. He wants to find out how to volunteer.
Okay, Selena, we'll just definitely put them on the list. And if we can get the 2 volunteers up here in the kitchen, that's great. Come on in. Come on in.
Thank you.
Hi.
How you, ma'am?
Hi. Thank you. Miss Young will take your name.
Thank you for
and
your
everything.
service, too.
Have you
Thank
all
you.
signed in? You are, and you got your boarding pass. Okay. Come on in. Okay, right?
Okay, so you want to
So
go inside
anyway, we're
now?
talking about the coins. So we have so many coins that we really do not have places for them now, but we're taking care of that problem. We want to make sure. And let me show you this coin that we just received the other day. We hosted the Medal of Honor recipients here 2 weeks ago, and several of them came by, and Mr. Stump, who was a private when he received it in April of 1967, sent his coin, and when we introduced him into the USO, everybody stood up, and they congratulated him, and they just enjoyed talking to them. The National Museum Foundation of Patriotism hosted the luncheon. USO, I was one of the speakers there, and we had a number of recipients here, and it was always such an honor.
That's great. So let's go further back here. I see we have some chairs where they can relax.
Well, right now, as you saw, we've taken them down to they'll be back up as these have already got their boarding passes. They'll come back. This is, of course, the lounge area. They love it here, as you can see. And this is a sleeping area, small sleeping area for them, a little bit more private. Our big TV and, of course, the places to where they want to sit and eat. And somehow they like this area, too. And you're wireless. Well, as you can see, are you wireless?
I'm about to.
Okay. You have our code, USO 2020.
So they can get online anywhere inside here.
Anywhere free. And here it is.
Here we
Here
have some
our
food.
kitchen.
I'm starving.
And, well, hey, would you like something to
Not
eat,
right
please?
now.
I'm sure.
A little later.
Okay. Look, we have all types of sandwiches. Donuts, some of them were freshly made today.
Water.
And we had some sandwiches that were actually brought down as these from the gourmet sandwiches from the various restaurants in the airport.
So these are donated?
Oh, yes. They're very supportive, all different kinds. In fact, we have some from Wolfgang Puck in a restaurant. He actually signs and Sal in the packages. Donuts, the water, the bottled water, microwave that they could, we have sometimes our Operation Chef Unite. You need to come here when we do the holidays. When the chefs, we put the tables out here. And this past Memorial Day, we had La Cordon Bleu. And they come in all their regalia, and we put out the steamers and things. I'll show you all kinds of food. A turkey, steaks, you name it, all roast beef, wonderful.
These are more areas they can relax.
This is our children's area, but because we're so busy with troops, they've sort of taken over here too, but we still have the TV, Mickey Mouse TV. And mats for the children. Now our air conditioning has a little problem, so you can see we're working with that right now. And in here,
This is a quiet reading room,
this is our,
so we better be quiet.
look at the music. computers, the desktops are here, and reading, and they like us a lot.
Great.
Now, you're seeing it right now. As before we took the troops down, we were packed wall to wall, and in about another hour it'll be the same, because they will be here till about 7:45.
Right. We're going to be covering them when
Are
they
you going
go
to
on
cover
the
them when they
plane,
leave? That's
go on the plane.
wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yep. Okay. Well, we appreciate your time. Do you have other areas? This is pretty much.
I'd show you my conference room, which we use as the United Through Reading Room, but I got to
That's
straighten
okay.
that up. And let me tell you what one of our volunteers and staff are doing now. We also meet the families of the fallen and the dignified transfers. And we have one out right now meeting the family that has come back from Dover, and they're changing planes here, and that's a program for USO, Families of the Fallen. Aside from the Wounded Warriors, you know, we do the Wounded Warrior programs, and we'll also be having 2 camps here in Georgia this summer, one Camp Aaron and one with the National Association of Military Families at Callaway Gardens, and USO is very much involved in that with gifts for the children, volunteers, etc. So we're varied. This serves, well, I'll show you my office. Come on, that serves as my headquarters.
We're following Mary Lou Austin into her office, where it happens.
Oh, let me get my keys. Okay.
Oh my gosh, look at your office. Yeah, I'm going to let you go in first and stay behind. I'm going to hand you the mic.
Well, my office is a little bit cramped, but don't forget it's the headquarters for everything that goes on in Georgia.
Talk about what's up on your shelves.
Oh, this is, what do you call them? The I Love Me job or drawers. These are some of the things that have been collected over the years. If you want to see something quite tells you about age, when Colin Powell was the commanding general of Forces Command over at Fort McPherson. How many years ago with that, when we had a gala for him, and some of the various things when I was on the Dakowitz committee with Secretary Perry at that time, and just little mementos that have gone on, some from places in Korea, Alaska, the Aleutian Islands, and of course Germany, which has a special place in my heart. And you see some of the, this is things that we've been awarded. This is, of course, my favorite color is blue, and to have that that's actually from Fort Benning. You know, what's unique about Atlanta operation is that we do holiday block leave. And I know that many USOs have holiday block leave, but we have them from 3 installations: Fort Gordon, Fort Benning, and Fort Jackson. So for a 3-day period starting maybe December 17th through the 20th, and then coming back again January 1st through the 3rd, we have something like 25,000 troops in those 3-day periods going in and going out. And USO remains around the clock to make sure. And of course, when the storms happen like they've had so many times this past winter, we were here for a week. And I don't know if Carol will get back before you leave, but she was here, you know, at one time. And I think for a period of days. And we have wonderful volunteers that stayed with us too. Sleep on the floor, as many people had to do.
The planes couldn't take off.
Planes couldn't take. Well, we had the ice storm, and you could not go. And not only that, the people that were able to come back in couldn't get back to their homes because of the ice in the roads.
So how can people help? I know you see the commercials with USO. I get the emails. I'm on the list.
Right.
With
And
the website address.
support. You know, one of the things that we use a lot of, and I'm sure Miss Young is probably handing them out at this time, are phone cards. Troops, that's a way to connect. So we ask people if they'd like to donate phone cards. Of course, money, because that allows you to get what you need when you need it. For example, I started my morning off at Kroger this morning and purchasing their 10 for 10, their 10 loaves of bread, their turkey, which the people were making the sandwiches, because we went through so much food on Sunday and Monday. And by the way, Kroger is going to be doing a wonderful fundraiser for USO. So we have to give some plaudits. Tell everybody to make sure you look out for the Kroger promotion supporting USO and the troops.
What's your website address?
USO.org, and ours is USOGeorgia.org. And we have a needs list on there, things that we use. Pudding, snacks.
You have that on your website?
We have that on our website. Okay. And, of course, they can always go to USO.org and join TeamUSO.org, where people can have fundraisers or do projects for USOs all over the world.
And you talked earlier about companies, churches, organizations that could get involved, and they can register on your website or contact you?
Well, they contact us, and if we have an opening, for example, do you want to see who's coming in this month? I'll show you how we schedule just at this operation. And, you know, we have the operation at Savannah and Hunter and Warner Robins and Columbus.
Okay.
All right. So we started out the 1st of June with the American Legion Auxiliary in St. Jude's. The next day we had Brookhaven Rotary. On Friday, one of our very, very longest volunteer groups and committed the Atlanta Veterans Business Association, Atlanta Vietnam Veterans Business Association. They have been with us since the beginning of R&R, just as VFW has. Today, of course, we have Coca-Cola. Tomorrow, St. Oliver's, Mount Bethel, United Methodist, Lockheed Martin, Corpus Christi Seniors, Knights Templars, West Point Society of Atlanta, the Women's Community Bible, Navy League, Jewish War Veterans, Mount Pisgah, AT&T. So these are just, you know,
Quite a
and it goes
variety.
on. It goes on and on.
All the way into
Lost
July.
Mountain, Kiwanis, and every second Saturday. I can't forget my Kiwanis Club and United States Public Health Service, Sun City Seniors. So it's, you just look, we're going all the way
into
through.
August.
August, all the way through the year. See?
Wow. You really have this planned way ahead.
Well, yes,
Yeah, you
because
have
we have
to.
so many groups, but
Yeah.
but it's not so much that we have to. It's because so many groups want to, and it's not just a matter of coming to the USO. As you could see, we really have a mission here to make sure that those soldiers, and I'm using again the word generically, get to the right place to get manifested, know what they're supposed to be doing. It's not just, you know, a drop-in center. And again, with the young recruits coming in, and you know what happens on Friday? Ask Miss Selena. It's our very, very happiest day. What happens on Friday? Graduation day. All those young men and women that have been coming in through the various days going to basic training,
Oh, okay.
they graduate on Friday and they come in, and you would not recognize them. They look like they're 10 feet taller. Their manners are yes ma'am, no ma'am. They're so motivated and committed. It's just a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for these young teens, and they come in. Of course, they haven't had candy for their 14 weeks, 12 weeks, or how long if they're doing one station training. So we have candy bars for them. We have a hot dog lunch, and congratulations. And they're so proud, and they should be. And sometimes the families accompany them. They come down to see the graduations, especially at Fort Benning, and we help them with the transportation as well as, you know, the various places to stay.
You're obviously doing a great job.
Well, we
Yep.
try.
I've heard about you for so long now, and now we're getting to see
Does
it
that mean I'm
firsthand.
old? Yes.
No. Well, what about me? You know,
Right, so,
I'm getting up there too.
you know what? Better with age. What can we say?
Exactly.
But it's easy to do a job when you're knowing who you're working for. We work for the men and women of the armed forces, and USO, that's what we're all about.
Service.
We're the way. If you want to support the troops, USO. Because we've been there since 1941. Don't forget, this is our 70th anniversary through major wars and years of cold peace or cold war. USO has been there, and sometimes it's been a struggle, but we'll be there until everyone comes home.
Yeah, we were in the new USO in Basra last year.
Oh,
We have
okay.
that on the YouTube also.
Great.
Yeah, we got some
I was in
stuff.
Kuwait last January.
There is a USO there? That's
Oh,
what
there's
my
several
friend-
USOs.
several,
Camp
yeah.
Ali Assalam, Camp Virginia, Camp Buring, you know. And, it's just so great. We have such great leadership with Sloan Gibson, a wonderful, wonderful CEO in the world. And now we have our new chairman of the board is General Meyer, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs
really?
of Staff.
Wow,
Yes.
great.
So, it's a great organization, backed by wonderful people and people that are interested and committed, such as you.
Appreciate that. Well, thank you very much. Would you like to give kind of a shout out to the troops overseas?
Oh, we want to say that everyone in USO, if you're overseas, make sure you go to the USO because they all love to see you and they want to say thank you. Thank you for serving us. You know what's so moving to us? And you ask the volunteers, the troops thank us. And we go, no, we're here to thank them.
Exactly. Thank you very much. We appreciate you kind of bringing us behind the scenes here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Well, folks, once again, we're here in Atlanta on talkingwithheroes.com and our online news site, thankyouforyourservice.us. And we're asking, as we always do, these are on YouTube. This will be on Facebook. Get it out. Share it with your friends on the social networking sites and everybody you can. And volunteer for USO. We'll be back with more later as another group of soldiers heads back overseas.